that usually I'd like to write these down, but I've not had a lot of time tonight because, well, not tonight, but I just haven't had a lot of time, so I'm super nervous about this. I can't help it, it's Oprah's final season, you know what I'm saying? Super stressed. Anyway, so basically, the things you should know before I start is I was an intern for this ministry after I graduated college. No, I'm not going to tell you how I got saved, spiritually speaking. So anyway, and part of that was we weren't paid very well, and so they provided places for us to stay with older couples who didn't have any kids at home anymore, for example. So that's just important for later on in the story. Anyway, so it was the year after I graduated college, and like many people in our generation, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with my life. And so I took this internship, and it was working with college students. So anyway, cut to the spring of that year. Is there any way to raise this thing up?
Put it on the stage.
I feel like I'm doing that. It's kind of weird. I feel very Lady Gaga right now. Okay, so it's the spring of that year, and one of the college students I've been working with invited me over to his house for supper. So him and his college students are going to have a French meal, which was basically cordon bleu Hot Pockets. And, unfortunately, they didn't have freedom fries. But anyway, so I had to get a meal with them. It was really fun. And then I go home. I do the whole ritual for getting ready for bed. I brush my teeth, wash my face, watch 2 episodes of Golden Girls, and then I go to bed. So I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like this evil, nauseous feeling. And so I'm like, get a better go to the restroom. Sure enough, I throw up like 20 times throughout the whole night. And I knew that it was really bad because the wife of this couple whose house I was staying in, I could hear like sprays of Lysol can getting closer and closer to my room, you know? Yeah, and then she knocks on the door, and she peeks in, and she's like, everything okay in here? And it wasn't a, are you okay, how are you doing? It was more of a, you're not going to throw up on me, are you? And so I'm like, no, I think I'm okay for the time being. And she's like, okay, well, I brought you something. And it wasn't a stack of magazines or Gatorade or, you know, something like that. It was a 64-gallon trash can. And, I mean, her gesture was sweet. You know, like she was thinking, this way you don't have to go to the restroom. You could just stay in bed and throw up. And anyway, and so, and she also thought, well, it has like really high walls, if you will, so I don't have to splatter on the sheets. So anyway, so 8 hours, like within 8 to 10 hours later, I eventually am able to quit throwing up. So anyway, over the next 2 days, I'm eating salad, I'm eating oatmeal, like really light soup kind of stuff. I'm not trying to be careful, you know, when you throw up half of your insides in the span of 24 hours, you don't want to eat too much. So anyway, so after 2 days goes by, the next day I am starting to feel better, it's sunny outside, I'm going to go home and eat a really good, like, solid food kind of meal. But I didn't really think about it too much because what I decided to eat, I thought this was a great idea, was heavy garlic toast with pasta with that greasy pesto, and a hot fudge sundae for dessert. So, genius right here. So, anyway, so I eat that, it's great. Later on that night, I start to feel like that I ate a ton of bricks, you know. And so I wake up the next morning, I have my food for breakfast, and for some strange reason, I don't feel the need to do the post-breakfast dump. And which is concerning, but it's okay. So then I get to lunch, thinking to myself it'll be okay. I eat lunch, still no dump. And so then by supper, again, no dump, which is bizarre. It's been 24 hours now, and I'm thinking to myself, something has got to change because I'm not hungry and I want to eat. You know, I'm an eater. I'm an emotional eater. If I'm happy or if I'm sad or I don't know, angry or, I don't know, pick your emotion. I eat. So anyway, so I go ahead and eat anyway. And by the time I go home that night, I am not feeling good and I'm bloated, and I'm just thinking to myself, I just want to eat that shrimp. You know, because I just haven't gone to the restroom. So, over the next 2 days, I'm continuing to not poop. I've tried a 24-hour laxative, I've tried 6-hour laxatives, I've tried the combination of coffee with a cigarette. Nothing is working. And I really hit my pinnacle. Well, here's the thing. Every single night, like at some point during the night, I would like twist or turn in a way so it would give me hiccups, because I had serious indigestion because I had all this food in my body. And I would have hiccups for like 2 hours. Bizarre. Like 2:30 in the morning, I would wake up with hiccups, and I wouldn't be able to go to sleep for 2 hours. So anyway, not a lot of sleep, tons of food in my stomach. It's been 4 days since I pooped. So I was really pissed off because Wednesday night was bowling night, and I was known as White Lightning because that was amazing. And I could not bowl because, what? I had the hiccups. So I was pissed. Anyway, long story short, I bowled 144. It sucked. So the next day I go to work. I haven't told any of my friends about this, and so I finally break down to tell one of them about my issues I'm having. I guess I was ashamed to tell my friends and not 200 strangers from St. Louis. Anyway, so I tell my friend Becky about the situation. And she's like, well, you should just drink some prune juice. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, at this point, I'll try anything, you know. So I drive to the grocery store, come back, I drink the whole bottle of prune juice. Yeah. Awesome. So, like, I drink it, nothing's happening. Like, within the hour, of course, the hiccups come back. And Becky throws me a banana. She's like, just eat that. So, I take like 3-4 bites of banana and the hiccups are gone. Hear how quiet it is in here? Yeah, it's a true story. You can try, just stick that in your pocket and walk away with that information. Anyway, so like an hour goes by and I meet up with my friend and we're talking like halfway through his response to my question. I'm not hearing him anymore. The only thing I'm hearing is like the obvious rumbling in my stomach. Yeah, the prune juice was pissed at the food in my stomach. So I raced to the restroom, and finally I've been saved by the prune juice. So I walked back out and I'm like, Luke, guess what? He's like, did you poop? I'm like, I totally did. And so we had like this male bonding moment over my poop, and then I pooped 2 other times after that. So